Yep. We right back at it, y'all. Y'all know what it is. It's the best day of the week. Welcome once again to Thursday. It is Dating University. I am your co-host, Professor Charles. Y'all know who I am. Professor Brittany is otherwise occupied, but she will be in. She's gonna come today. So I'm gonna go get it started. Welcome to Dating University, where here we discuss the good, the bad, and the ugly of all things dating and relationships. Listen, last week y'all was something else, man. If y'all have not seen and or heard last week's episode, do yourself a favor and be somewhere. Put some earbuds in if you're around the elderly and or children. Because oh man, it was a good one last week, and we're gonna continue this series. We're doing 21 questions. We are letting our guests come on. We're talking to former guests, we're talking to new faces, people who have been just lurking in the comments forever. And we just bringing everybody on, and we are so excited to have our first fresh face to the classroom.
I'm one of them lurking in the comments, you know.
That's why I said what I said.
I know you did. I know you did.
Welcome everybody. Chris, what's going on, Chris? How are
What's
you?
up? I am fantastic. How about you?
And I can't call it. I'm just here to try to make a dollar.
Oh Lord Jesus.
Speaking of dollars, this episode is brought to you by Dating University. Please, if you are so kind, go to our website. We have links on all of our socials. You can purchase t-shirts, hoodies, mugs, bags. What else we got? We got all sorts of stuff on the page. Tumblers, hooping shorts. I mean, we got it all. Come through. And just vibe out and help support this lovely platform that we have. Help us grow and keep us employed, I guess, in this one. Lord knows. I'm trying to tell y'all. I told y'all, man. I got a mortgage now. It's different. My hustle was different now. I need this money. So, Kristen, tell us about yourself and what are you doing here on Dayton University? What made you decide to jump off the couch and come to class?
Oh Lord. Well, um, tell you about me. Not a lot to tell. Like I know a lot of the folks that are involved in Dating University. Many of them I went to high school with. So Vikings forever. Um, I'm doing a lot of stuff. I'm actually a side hustle entrepreneur, so I have a dessert business that I do on the side,
Okay.
and I have a lot of fun doing that. I got a good state job, and just like to have a lot of fun. But the reason I got off the couch, I've been lurking in the comments for a long time, so
Mm-hmm.
you know, time to bring my talents to the stage.
Yeah, everybody clap it up for Chris in the comments, y'all. Clap it up. Thank you for being brave and coming on, man. I'm telling you, we really appreciate it because we understand how hard it is sometimes to be on camera and even more crazier to be on live. So anything can happen. Like you,
I'm
Lord,
ready. I'm ready for it all.
Lord, look, they already in the comments. They are already talking about edible desserts by chance.
I mean, Carrie, I could maybe pull some strings and do some things, but tell me what you need and I'm gonna try to make it happen.
Let's go, black-owned businesses, and let's get it. I love it. I love it, man. All right, so we're gonna jump right into it, and like I said, man, this is choose your own adventure. So you have 20 some odd questions. controversial or lighthearted? Your choice.
I'm gonna start with lighthearted first. I'm gonna go against the grain.
With lighthearted first. Okay. All right. Now you will pick a number between 1 and 37.
Let's do 4.
Let's do number 4. Ooh, that's a good question. I like that. Okay. What was the last book you really got into?
Hmm. That is a really good question. Um, okay. So the last book I really got into is this book by Zane called The Sisters of APF.
Mm-hmm.
And it's about a group, a sorority that
Mm-hmm.
deals in lots of sexual escapades.
Oh, is that like one of them Zane books from back in the day?
It is a Zane book, most
Oh,
definitely.
oh God.
And I have read it before,
Right.
and then I found it, and I was like, "Oh, I don't really remember this book," and I couldn't put it down. So I think I read it
Wow.
with like 4 days.
Oh, man, what brought you? So what grabbed you? Was it like you looking at it from the age that you are now versus the age that you were when you read it, or like?
Yeah, I think the first time I had it, I was like in my early 20s,
Mm,
and I'm in my birthday's Monday, so I'm getting ready to be in my mid 40s. Um, so yep. So my attitude about the book is like, wow, could I have done that? M- m- no, no,
If my
yeah,
folk
no.
in my former life.
We're in my 20s. I was like, oh, I could have did that. I do that.
Yeah,
Like, yes. Let me
yeah,
find some random stranger and tie him up and like have my way with him. In my
right.
40s, I'm like, I'm not trying to catch no case. Like,
Listen,
mm-mm.
because it's nuts out here, man. I'm trying to
Yeah.
tell you. Man, I'm telling you, yo, them Zane books used to have people choke. Oh,
Oh, I was one of
me
them.
included.
Hmm.
Me included. Like I read basically all her stuff, and it got to the point where I was just like, okay, I have to stop reading her stuff because I'm like, all right, there's only so many ways you can describe a sexual
Yeah.
act and all of that stuff, and I was getting desensitized. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Like that's what it felt like to me. I felt like I was grabbing everything because it was around that time when I was oblivious to black authors. Like
Okay.
I was like, honestly, to be fair, like in my early 20s, I was like, I did not know black authors were a thing. I thought like
Hmm.
books were written by like white men and white women, like, and if it was a black author, it was like a historical thing of like
Like Maya Angelou or something like that.
yeah, like I know why the caged bird sings, and I'm like, yeah, I know that, but I want to talk about these drug dealers and like I
Hmm.
want to get into the life and come to find out everybody had one. And Sister Soldier, I mean, opened my eyes completely. I was like, man, coldest winter ever. My God.
And the funny thing about it is, when I read it in my 20s, it was a group of us that all read the book. So
Hmm.
it was like our own little squad. And then I found out later in life that a bunch of the people in the group were actually participating in some of the stuff that came out of the book. So I was like, oh, well, glad I didn't know that.
Well, my God. Yes. Are you in contact with any of these people these days?
You know what?
I'm just
Many of them
hey,
have moved away.
just a question. Just a question. But yeah, man. Who'd have thought they done turned a book into reality and went on.
Hmm.
Hey, hey, man, listen, get it how you fit in. We don't judge here at Dayton University. That's
Do what you
great,
did, you know?
huh?
I said, do what you did.
Do what you do. Oh, yeah, that was good. I need to pick up a good Zane book. Is she still writing? Or she?
She, I don't really know. I know she had a whole tweet about What's that new Tyler Perry movie with Kelly Rowland in it?
The Mia Culpa. I haven't watched it yet. Yeah.
I haven't either, and I really have no desire to watch it either, but that's a whole nother show. Um, she said that she had a short story out many years ago with the same title, and it had a lot of the same storyline. So she was just like, I'm just putting this out there.
Hmm.
And she left it at that.
Wow. Wow. That's crazy. That,
Hmm.
okay. All right. Hey, copyright infringement is a thing. So get it how you live.
Especially in
All right.
that realm.
Right. Right. All right. So where are we going next? So we're staying in lighthearted, or we're going to controversial?
I'll take a controversial. Let's just go for it.
All right. Okay. 1 through 20.
Let's take 16.
16.
See, I don't even like the way you laugh.
Ooh, okay. I don't know. I'm like, did we cover this one? I don't think we did, but I think we touched on it a little bit. All right. Is it fair to break up with someone via text or social media?
Hmm. No, I don't really think that's fair. If you're gonna break up with me, like break up with me first. Don't tell the whole free world.
Yeah, man. We've seen a
And
lot
then
of that
you
going on.
and then you open up a whole can of worms with it because if you and I are dating, we probably have friends in the same circles at this point. So if you're posting it on social media, I promise you, somebody's finna call me and be like, "Oh, Kristen, I'm so sorry to hear blah blah." blah." And I'm be like, "Sorry to hear about what? Somebody died?"
Because the algorithm be whack.
Be messed up.
Oh, you don't see a post till like 4 days later. That's
Hmm.
yeah.
So then you open up so much other stuff. Like if we're dating, be an adult. Like you're not feeling me no more. Just say that. Like I'm a big girl. I can take it.
Mm.
Cause I yep
Yes,
yes.
because I did read that book. I read that book in
Mhm.
like 2 days. Like I remember
Mhm.
that book. Like I could not put that book down for anything. Addicted was like I read that.
Craziness.
Wow. Okay. All right. Yeah, I'm definitely checking the movie out now. So yeah. Wow. Yeah. Breaking up with someone over social media is it's well below breaking up with somebody over text. I mean, because
Yeah.
how do you do it? Do you make a post like I'm single, or like what do you do, or do you just message them through a messenger, or you slide in their
Start tagging
DM?
people.
Or you tag people, be like, yeah, this whole thing is over. You be like, God dang, what I do? Yeah, that's nuts.
Hmm.
Mm-mm. What was the? Have you ever been broken up with? What? That's the first question. Have you ever been broken up with?
Yeah, tons of times.
Okay. What was the worst, if you don't mind, if you don't want to?
So there was a guy I was dating, and he actually like a week before we broke up, we were both working in the same place. We got stuck at work and couldn't get home
Oh,
because we were actually living together. First mistake.
oh,
So he
wow.
ended up calling the new girl to come and pick us up, but never introduced me to her as other than, "Oh, this is my homegirl." A week later, I saw the two of them out in the street, and she walked up to me and was like, "Oh, by the way, he broke up with you yesterday." And I said, "Say what? What happened?" And then I'm looking at him, and he's just standing there. And I'm like, "Oh, so you're not gonna say nothing?" He was like, "What else is there to be said?" And then he walked off. So I said, "Oh, okay, okay,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
man, yeah. I'm in handcuffs, yo. Like, nah, what you? Oh,
nah,
uh,
uh,
What?
As as I'm sitting in the church house, it wasn't nothing but the Holy Ghost that kept me from punching her in the face.
That's crazy.
Hmm.
That's good. Yeah. Yeah.
But you know, I believe in you reap what you sow. So quiet
Yeah.
as it's kept, you know, this though this is not like a got you, because
Right.
it's really a sad situation. But he ended up in a very abusive relationship with her. So I didn't have to do the fight, and she did it for
Well.
me.
Well.
Yeah, but yeah, that's
Listen,
probably the worst of them
what
all.
goes around comes around.
Hmm.
Wow. 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 Yeah, listen, got him. Listen, life coming at you fast. Ain't that what they say?
Hmm.
I
100%.
mean, the
Believe me,
thing.
if I could have got away with it, it would be more of a yeah. So I got away with murder, and that's it.
Little Shonda Rhimes action. I got you.
Mm,
Yeah,
yeah.
for real. Yeah, man. Um, hold on. So yeah, that's
Yeah, get you speechless for real.
yeah, like for real. Like I don't even understand that. Man. I mean, I've broken up with people. I've gotten broken up, but not like bold enough to the point where the other person
Did the breaking up for you?
did the breaking up for God. Dang. Whew. Oh, have mercy. All right. Next question. Where are we going?
Mm, we'll do one more controversial.
One more controversial. All right. 1 through 20. What you got?
Let's do 20.
20. I think we talked about this one last week. But
Okay.
I do want to hear your take on it then. Is it acceptable to pressure your partner into sexual activities they are uncomfortable with?
Yeah, I do remember us talking about this.
Yeah.
So here's my caveat.
Mm-hmm.
There's an acceptable level of pressure, I think, that you can get to when you're engaged in those types of things. Like there are
Mm-hmm.
always hard no's, but then there
Mm-hmm.
are places where, you know, it's like a soft yes. So you can kind of push those envelopes
Okay.
and apply some pressure. Um, you know, I'm not saying that you throw somebody up against a wall and like, you know,
Right.
strip them naked and then have your way with them. But
Right.
I think
Right.
when you're at that level with somebody, especially if it's like you're somebody, there's an acceptable level of pressure
Okay.
that you
Listen.
can apply.
Okay. Hey. Okay. Listen. Fellas, if Chris ever pull up on you, you better have a hard yes or a hard no, because otherwise.
Oh, I'm all about applying pressure.
Oh, she coming through. Pressure.
Tease is my middle name, so
Oh, okay. So say, it's always a conversation though. But yeah, I get that.
hmm
I get that. Because sometimes you never know when someone's all right, like for me, like I know what I won't do, but I don't know what I will do.
exactly. And that's why I'm saying there is an acceptable level of pressure because sometimes you don't know what you like. And
Until it's
somebody
like
may have had a little bit more experience and might be able to give you a little
easy.
coaching in a particular direction. And then you
Mm-hmm.
find out, oh, wait a minute, I actually do like this.
I ain't
So,
gonna lie, it happened to me before, and I was just like, "What is happening with my life right now?"
mhm,
I,
exactly.
yeah, man. Okay, all right. Shoot. Oh, here we go. Late, but still great. Back in the building. Professor Brittany is in the house, y'all. Give it up for Professor Brittany.
Give it up for me, y'all. Give it up for me.
Oh Lord, here you go.
Happy Thursday, y'all. Happy Thursday.
Happy Thursday. Happy Thursday. That is awesome. So we are doing the 21 questions thing again. And we, like I said, we have Kristen here on the live.
Hey.
She bringing the tea,
Hey.
man. She has,
Cheers.
man, listen. I don't know how you still not locked up, but you know, hey, more power to you, Pepper.
Hey, you know, I'm trying to make progress with
Hey, listen, that's
yeah.
all you can ask for. That's all you can ask for.
Whoa.
Yes. All right. So, do you have time for one more question?
Yeah, I got time for one more.
Okay. All right. Where are we going? Lighthearted or controversial?
No, I'm gonna stick with the controversial. Let's do
Oh, shit,
let's do
yeah.
three. Let's do three on the controversial.
Let's do 3.
Oh, that's a good one.
That is a really good one. Is it ever acceptable to cheat on your partner?
Head to the no, honey. Like
Really?
no, I don't think that cheating is ever acceptable. And there's, you know, for certain people, there's different levels of cheating. You know, you have
Mhm.
physical, which a lot of people,
Mhm.
you know, can't do. But then for some of us, it's all an emotional thing. And sometimes the emotional cheating is way worse than the physical. Because the physical, I can disconnect from. And I'm just getting it in to get it in for the sake of getting it in because I'm trying to see if I still can pull it. But that emotional stuff can have you in a hang up to the point where even if the person who you're with forgives you for the cheating, you're still desiring that emotional connection with the other person. So then it continues to cause problems. So if it gets to that point and you're looking for something else and the person that you're with can't provide it, you made your case and they still won't do it, then go and do what it is that you need to do. Leave that person alone and go on about your life.
Oh. Let's say you've been with the person for like 10, 15 years. So you have that foundation and you have that rapport with someone. And let's say, you know, let's go with physical. After 15 years, the sex drive has gone down. The
Mhm.
love is still there, but the sex drive has gone down. And it's like, I got an itch. Can you scratch it? And they're like, well, I'm older, so I don't know.
Mm.
What do you do with that 15 years? Do you just say, well, if you can't give it to me, divorce?
My question to that would be, have you tried everything before you decided to step out? Because yeah, your sex drive might not be great, but there's a bullet and a rabbit and whips and chains and restraints and
Right.
throw
But
you
is
up
that
against the
just
wall and all
people
that
like
kind of
that
stuff.
skin to skin? People want that skin.
That
They don't want
and that's
silicone
fine.
skin. They want the
You
skin
can
to
still get the skin to skin, but there are ways of revving it up so that maybe the skin to skin may not be as long of a period of time as it would be without the rev up. Because some people don't understand the value of foreplay versus just like going straight for the gusto. So I believe that there are things that you can try before you step out. And if you get to the point where you need to step out, then step off of what you in first before you step out.
right. What if the emotions, let's say, you know, there's a level of complacency that comes with longevity in relationships. You get
100%.
comfortable. So
Mhm.
let's say with the emotional piece, you know, you have a lack of love. Like, I don't feel like my partner cares. That the compliments have faded away. The intimacy has dried up. And it's like you're living with your roommate. You're like an empty shell. It's the mundane, hey, you know, I want more. And this person says, I don't have more to give right now. Like, we been here, I already got you. So let me get comfortable and you sign up for this. You got what you got.
Yeah, and people have to understand that love is not just the feeling. It is all the work that is
Yeah.
involved with being with somebody long term. So you still should be able to end all of that love and longevity. be able to have those conversations where when something is missing or you feel like something is lacking, I love you enough to be able to tell you what it is that I need. And I hope that you love me enough to be able to figure out how to give me what it is that I need. And if we can't come eye to eye on that, then maybe even in the longevity, maybe we need to either take a break, figure out what we need to do, if this is really where we need to be, because maybe we've grown enough that what used to keep us doesn't keep us now.
Right. Right.
Yeah,
So,
I totally agree with that because as a relationship matures, the intimacy changes. So you gotta find new ways because it's like you said, the same things that had y'all rocking and rolling from the jump is maybe not the same thing 5-10 years from now. So you gotta like fall in love differently again.
Yeah.
I mean, because that's what being in a relationship is like. It's literally falling in love over and over and over again with the person, and like really trying to find new ways to like, be be intimate with this person. And the intimacy is not necessarily just being physical, which I mean, but being mentally connected, being emotionally connected. Those things can lead to the physical because now you're a different person, so you have to be able to work through that, and your partner got to be rocking and rolling with you on that
100%.
because we're all going to be at different stages. As we get older, based on biology, men's libido decreases, women's libido increases. So we gotta kind of find the balance in between when it comes to that.
Well, and not only that, you get other things that get involved. The older you get, other factors play into what happens in your relationship. Your kids, work, parents aging, changing in jobs, maybe changing in careers, all that kind of stuff. So before it even gets to that point, you have to do things that continue to keep a spark in your relationship. A really good set of friends of mine have been married. I think they've been married like 38 years or something like that. And they believe in this 2-2 rule. So every 2 days they do something like with each other, whether something without the kids. It could be something that is an hour, something that's a few hours. They go out, they stay in, whatever it is. Every 2 days they do something together. Every 2 weeks they take a night out, and then every 2 years they go on a very long extended vacation to be able to keep those things like up in their marriage. And they've gone through several things. Both of their parents died at the same time.
Oh, wow.
She's had 2 miscarriages. So, it's like a lot of stuff has been up and down, but not once have the 2 of them ever thought about stepping out on each other. And they've had moments where I don't feel like I want to be with you, but we're gonna try this and see if it's gonna continue to work. So
yeah, because it's us against the problem, not me versus you.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah.
And I've seen that Instagram post just recently about the 2-2-2 rule.
Yeah, it's not a new thing. It's an old thing.
Okay, I like that, man. That's super cool, man. I like that.
Yeah.
Seriously. Man. Yeah, keeping the spark is important, man. It really is. You gotta find different ways to love on your partner and have your partner love on you.
Absolutely. Derry and I we took the love languages quiz again. And y'all, I just knew I knew my love languages. I just knew I knew them. I'm like, Derry, words of affirmation, quality time. Those are my love languages. Took it, physical touch, and acts of service. I'm like, wait a minute, hold up. My stuff changed. And so did his. And so, I'm like, maybe that explains why this and that and that and that. So definitely just having those proactive talks instead of reactive.
Yeah, I agree. Well, Kristen, thank you so much
thank you
for coming on. We appreciate the
Yes.
heat that you brought. We appreciate
Yes.
you so much. You are now an official professor at Dayton
Yeah.
University, and you are
Yes,
welcome
Steve.
here anytime.
I'm so
Anytime,
excited.
anytime. So, like we do
Yes.
with all our guests, I'm gonna roll out the red carpet for you and tell the people where they can find you, where they can
Mhm.
holler at you, and tell them what you got going on.
Tell them.
Well, you can find me on all my social medias, Kristen Harrison on Facebook, and then Cupcake Diva on Instagram. I actually do some podcasts myself. So follow any of those pages. I have a new podcast starting tomorrow called Coffee and Tea. So inaugural show happening tomorrow, so feel free to watch.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Well, thank you once again for coming on. We appreciate you. And, continue. I wish you nothing but success on all the adventures.
I appreciate y'all. Lots of fun. Looking forward to DU After Dark as well as the
Listen.
ladies' room. So
Oh,
Whew.
what? Say what?
Yeah, indeed.
yes, ma'am.
What?
Call on me.
Oh, you
I'll be
know
ready.
what? Okay. I like
No,
that.
no comprende que no.
Don't
The
worry.
what?
Some
The
things
la-
you just don't have to understand.
The
I got you,
ladies'
Fred.
room. I don't even understand
I
what
got you,
we're
girl.
just saying. Like I don't even.
The ladies'
um,
room. Give
the
it
what?
up. Give it up.
I'm sorry. Oh, you mean the man cave? Oh yeah, man cave coming soon. Man
The
cave.
ladies' room.
I don't need you for
Girls
the
rule or
daggone
boys drool.
peanut gallery over there. Ooh,
Thanks so much.
Hey,
Thank you
y'all.
again. Have a great night.
Yes.
It's
Ooh, who we got up next?
We had a guest backstage. I guess he's having some technical difficulty.
Okay.
Hey, picking which one you want, controversial or
I
lighthearted.
will do. I don't even have them up. Just to
I
be
got
clear.
it. I got it.
I will pick number. Let's do 6.
Controversial or lighthearted.
I'm gonna do controversial.
Oh boy. Okay. Should you change who you are for your partner?
Ooh. That is such a loaded question.
It
And
is,
it
my
will take
friend.
a while to answer, but I'm gonna go for it. Oh, before I met Derry, a huge source of contention with men that I dated was my hair.
Mhm,
They wanted me to wear my natural hair,
mhm.
which is fine. But I was in a space where I liked my middle part bust down
Mhm.
weave.
That
And
is your signature for real.
and that
for
was
real.
my signature. And there were men that were trying to force that change of, if you want to be with me, you have to wear your natural hair.
Mhm.
And it's like, you're so fixated on aesthetics that you're not even looking at the inside of my very essence
Mhm.
of who I am as a person. I am not my hair. My hair is not me. So what does that have to do with anything?
Yeah.
So would I change my physical from my partner? No. You got to accept that. That's my body, my choice. And that goes for any and every aspect of it. Another thing was birth control. There was a man that wanted me on birth control, but I don't like putting that kind of stuff in my body. I took it for a little bit to regulate my cycle, and I didn't like the side effects that I experienced. High flashes, dizzy spells, excessive weight gain.
Yeah.
And so for a man to mandate me to force medication in my body that I don't want, that was also a non-negotiable. If you don't want me pregnant, wear a condom or don't have sex with me at all. So that pull-out method was not, it just wasn't an option for me.
I got you.
If it comes to matters of the heart, like there was an instance when I was convicted because there was a guy that hated the way that I talked to my mom. And there were instances where I did get smart with her and my tone was being disrespectful. and not honoring her. And he said, that makes you look very ugly to me. And this was early on in like my early 20s. So
Yeah.
you do have that rebellious phase where you think you're grown and you're smelling yourself as a young woman, you know, relating to my mom. I'm just like, man, I'm grown. I got my degree. I got some money. And you couldn't tell me nothing. But the way I talked to her was very ugly and very unfair. And so was that something that I was willing to change for my partner? Yes, because it was beneficial for me as well. If the change results in bettering myself as a person, absolutely. If it's in my best interest. But for selfish pleasure, no.
Okay.
I'm not doing that.
Now that was very well thought out. I like that. You did that. You did that. All right. So we had a couple comments. Deborah has said, change is inevitable. If you're not changing, you're not growing. That is fair.
That's fair. I was gonna say,
and because the question is worded the way it is, it's very open to interpretation.
Sure.
So yeah, I get it. Like, like you don't want your partner to still be the exact same way they were when you first got together. Like there has to be some sort of growth.
Yeah, that part I understand.
Expansion. But and I guess how I'm reading it, because it's on the controversial side.
Yeah.
I think we're thinking about like changing who you are as a person.
Or even down to the physical, like
would you lose weight?
If your partner said you gained a couple pounds, you might want to go to the gym. Are you going to get in that car and go to your fitness center and start pumping some iron? Or are you going to say, accept me flaws and all?
Right.
Like, which one would you do?
Yeah.
Or if the first lady said, I want you to get some locks.
Right.
You down to grow your hair out?
Right. I'd be like,
no. Right.
It's not in the top 20 things I don't want to do in my life, but to be honest.
What? So it's number 21?
Right. Like, that's a long ass process. It'd be just my luck. As soon as I start to grow, like I go bald or something. Listen, I'm trying to keep this look.
They have frontals. Men can wear frontals too. If you got a little bald spot, get a little frontal.
No.
Get a little lace glue.
No.
Look it up.
No.
Okay.
My barber has had permission for the last 15 years, and I can't do anything about it. He has my 100% permission. The minute that he sees that I'm going bald, he just shaves it.
You wouldn't get a Beijing?
No, I'm not going to do
Ray Lewis.
I'm not going to. I'm not going to do it.
Ray Lewis is obvious there, brother. Like,
no,
there's a lot going on.
No, I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. But yeah, that was a great answer to a great question, because that you covered all the bases, honestly. With that answer. All right. So, our guest is backstage. Let's see. I'm going to bring him on here. Yeah. Oh, look, he got the background.
What's up, my G?
He got look, he done came professional. Come on, Professor.
That's what professors do, right?
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, just making sure.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So welcome back to the show. This is, I don't know. I've lost count with you. Like, you use a staple. Like, you one of the guys you always see in the hallway somewhere. So, you know.
He's on the board of trustees at this point.
Yeah, for real.
Got it.
He's on the board of trustees.
Absolutely.
For sure. So what we talking about?
Oh, so we have two lists of questions.
Okay.
We have a lighthearted set of questions, and we have a controversial set of questions. And we're just, we're really just kind of shooting the breeze tonight. I mean, it's a continuation of last week.
Yeah.
Last week got real fun. Real
Yeah,
interactive.
no,
Well,
I
of course,
saw.
with your wife, it
Mhm.
got really fun.
Yeah.
So
Oh yeah.
I'm not expecting anything less from you.
Okay. I'll try to deliver.
No pressure.
No pressure. No
Right.
pressure at all. So with that being said, which list would you like? Controversial or lighthearted?
Give me the controversial first.
Oh, okay. All right.
Get the hard shit out the way.
That's what she said. Pick a number between 1 and 20, bro.
15.
15.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Ooh. Ay, ay, ay.
Okay, all right.
Ooh.
Should you disclose your sexual history to your partner?
It depends. It depends on, in my opinion, it depends on if it's important to the partner. Because we hear about this all the time where women and men don't want to disclose their sexual history to their partner. But my whole thing is, if it's important to them, then they should know. I mean, like, back in the old days, well, this is not the old days, but men didn't want women with a high body count. My whole thing is, I know that some people are gonna say, ain't none of your business, and this, that, and the third. I get it, but if it's important to them, like, let them know.
Yeah.
And I understand that some, especially some women, they don't want to be looked down upon and stuff like that. But just let the person know. Like, me personally, I don't want to know.
I was about to say, we are playing it safe tonight.
Right.
We are knocking the gloves off. Tamal,
Right.
do you want to know your woman's sexual history? Would you tell your woman your sexual history?
Oh, I already did.
You told everything.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, whatever she asked, like if
Sure.
she asked how many of my female friends I slept with, and I didn't want to tell her, but she kept prodding.
I like that.
Kept prodding. And I was like, "Are you sure you want to know this?" So it's like, I told her, and
what's up?
She was looking at me like, it was like the like, what's that gift with the guy be blinking his eyes and like,
excuse me?
yeah. So she was
Yeah.
like, yeah. So I mean, my whole thing is, if you can tell your partner that and they can still rock with you,
You know what I'm tired of? I'm tired of our wild calling us hoes. Like, I don't even appreciate the nonsense. Who was a whore? Nobody was a whore over here. Thank you. Good Lord. People understood my story. That's all.
She said I was a hoe.
I mean, it's
like
you
know
said,
what? I'm not going to dignify. I'm not going to do her like that. See, I'm not going to do her like that, because I was about to, come on, like, we see. I was like, but I'm not going to do that. Not going to do that.
I mean, but that's honest though. I feel like if you asking for the truth, be prepared for it.
Yeah.
You may not get an answer you like, but you asked for it. And so in my case with men, they hear the answer and they're like, you asked. So I'm thankful that I'm in a relationship, in a marriage, where my husband asks and I tell, and he's like, okay. I ask him, he tells me, okay, because guess what? It's the past.
Yeah,
it's the past.
I agree. It goes.
And if
back
I
to
ask for it, then
about.
I want to know for a reason.
Hey,
agreed.
Yeah, I mean, because if we're looking at it from an age standpoint, now most of us here are in between 35 and 45. There was a time where things, like, it's like when stuff fall off your credit.
Oh, come on.
7 years.
We came up, and I feel like we have the best generation.
Yo, we had the
Social
best
media
generation.
was just starting.
I'm telling
when
you,
we were
analog
in the height
childhood,
of our-
digital adulthood. Yes.
Yeah, it was like the peak, like the beginning. So, Mark, you are a genius for inventing Facebook when you did. Because if it was 5 years earlier, I don't know, buddy.
Listen, stuff is what it is. I think if you look at it, like, maybe if you've been single for quite a long time, right? And say you had 3 partners in a year. So that's 3 partners per year. I'm being excessive or conservative, depending on your life.
Yeah.
3 per year for 10-15 years prior to meeting your partner. Yeah, you can have an extensive history. But that don't necessarily mean that you were being out there. Like, no, this is
Because let's keep it honest. You're gonna treat somebody that has experience differently from somebody that is a virgin.
This was experience. That's all I
like.
Look at
If you ask someone and they say, "Oh, I've never had sex with anyone," then your expectations may lessen, and the way you look at them may be different, as opposed to someone that does have experience in the sexual department. So those kind of conversations are just as important as finances.
Mm-hmm.
Like, people shy away when you say, "What's your credit score?" People get real shy with that.
Yeah.
People also get shy with your sexual past. It's not to see if you're a hoe or not. It's just to see, like, where you are. Are we on the same playing field? Do I have to teach you some things? Are you really experienced in an area where it's like, teach me? Do we have things that we can teach each other? Or are we starting with a clean slate where we both have been with nobody? So those questions matter.
I think the more important question for me when it comes to that is, have you had any STDs before? Like, that is an important question to me. Like, your body count don't really matter to me.
Right.
Because
people don't even ask that question. You're right.
People don't even ask that question.
They worried about the numbers, but it's like,
I'm trying to tell you, you don't know what you're gonna get into.
But what would you say if somebody
have people can have herpes and they can go years without an outbreak? You don't know.
Yeah.
And then they get with you, and then you be like, "What the hell?"
And then it's like some people don't feel the need to tell you because they don't have an outbreak like that.
Yeah. Ooh,
but even if they've been cured, like, would you look at someone differently if they said, "Yes, I've been burnt with syphilis, gonorrhea, chlamydia 10 times, but I'm cured and I get tested"? Like, would you look at them differently and be like, "I'm good on you, you're risky"? Or would you say, "You know what? You're really honest. I appreciate that"?
I would say you're really honest, but I still be like,
that's why some people are really like, I'm not going to discuss that because people may slut shame me and look at me differently.
Right.
Like, what if they were 16 years old and something happened? Like, do you hold that against them if they're in their 30s? It's a very layered question.
It very really layered. It really, really is. Like, oh my God, like Dre said here, like, I'm more concerned with your sexual present than your sexual history.
That part too. Are you currently and actively sleeping with somebody else, other people?
Yeah. Because that can affect where we go from here.
Right.
I'm concerned with your.
It depends. It really depends on your intentions of your current situation with this person. Are y'all just dating? Are y'all just kicking it? Are you looking to get into something more exclusive?
Right.
Is it going to be hard for you to walk away from this person if
I'm going to have to go here? And like I said, we've been playing it safe. I'm about to go a little deeper. Especially in the Black community, y'all. I get the present and the going to the doctors, and I get, are you actively seeing someone? Let's talk about your present sexuality, your past sexuality.
Listen.
Have you
Come
ever
on.
been with same sex? Are you bisexual? Are
Nigga,
you
that's a
heterosexual?
fucking question.
Let's talk
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah.
Some people say, "Oh, it was in my past. It was a
No, nigga, no.
Let's discuss your
Nah.
sexuality. That's a
Nah.
question. But what saddens me is that they're in our community, and let's be honest, there are closeted people, because when they are open with it, there is a sense of shame and guilt that is casted onto them.
Yeah.
It's an unfair double standard that women can explore their sexuality more than men.
Yeah.
Mm.
That's just
I
one of
mean,
those. It's one of those double standards that women can benefit from more than men. Like every side has a double standard. Like how how it's more acceptable for men to be promiscuous than women, and yeah. But I get what you're saying, Brittany. But yeah, it's like you can't do certain things because you're a woman or you're a man or something like that.
Yeah, because there was a Love Is Blind. It was season 1, and it was Diamond and Carlton. And so, they had matched in the pods. They were, going into this heterosexual. And then he confessed once they matched and were engaged, oh, by the way, I'm bisexual. And her total demeanor changed towards him.
Yeah.
Like it went from I'm all in with you to I need a moment to process.
Yeah, I mean, like she sprung that on him. Like, he sprung that on her.
He sprung that on her. Like, why didn't you say that in the pod?
That's something
like,
you should have said.
That's
Yeah,
a part of who you are.
Yeah.
Especially for the type of show that it was.
Mm-hmm.
It was all about getting to know the person versus getting to know the face.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, he should have said that. He literally should have came out and was like, look, here's my story, here's my truth.
Yeah. But these are questions that people are so afraid to ask or divulge in the beginning, and it's very scary. It's a scary thing.
Okay, all right. Since we're going controversial, okay. And it's weird that because you're very right, Professor Frank. You are extremely right of how people are scared to ask, because now we're in this quote unquote cancel culture, lifestyle or society where you're supposed to accept everyone else's BS,
right?
Regardless of how you personally feel, only to be called as a bigot, homophobic, transphobic, all these other phobic. You get all these newfangled words that just get thrown upon you. You a cisgender expat, whatever. Like, and it's just like, how can we be so open but so closed off, yet so judgmental, yet so free?
Yeah.
And it's confusing.
It is confusing. It is confusing because it just seems like well, my daughter is bisexual, so it's
really,
yeah, my oldest. So it's like we have conversations about that, and we talk about that, and the pronouns and stuff like that. And she was saying, "Dad, you should educate yourself." And I tell her, I was like, "Baby, let me let you know something." I was like, I probably got a good another 25, maybe 30 years on this earth. I'll let y'all deal with that. I'm not. I was like, I'm not doing it.
I know.
I'm not doing this with you. I was like, I told her, I said, I was like, how I love, and if I loved you, I got to pick with you. So I told her, I said, if you went by they, them, I would be messing with you all day, every day. I probably would kick open, your door in your bedroom, like, what the fuck y'all doing in here? If I get married, she's
Stupid.
like, you know what?
Come
Both
on,
of y'all
man.
get the fuck out my face.
Both of y'all get out my face.
Like, and
It
I
rolls off the tongue quite a little bit better than
right.
Yeah,
Or
I
I,
get it.
or I take her somewhere and be like, you got to pay. You got like if something is $9, you got to pay 18. Like, why I got to pay 18 for both of y'all? So
Come on, it's good having you on the show.
y'all like for both of y'all.
I'm sure your daughter's like, Dad, like,
But she
He's out
has
of line, but he's right.
she has the same sense of humor that I do. So she was cracking the fuck up.
mm-hmm.
We both cracking the fuck up.
Right.
So, like I said, it's just one of them things that, like, I'm not saying that I'm going to like completely disrespect anybody because in that community, because I have friends in the community. I have my friend Will that I've known for 15, almost 20 years, and his husband, you know what I mean? So I have friends in that community. It's just that my whole thing is it's get confusing with the pronouns and stuff like that. And it seems like some people just get so angry about you not respecting them. And it's not the fact that you don't respect them. It's the fact that you're just trying to get used to this. Because, like, let's be honest, most people in our generation, we're not really going to run or come across too many people like that. So we're not going to be used to it.
Yeah.
So it's just something that's getting used to.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like
a lot. It really
is.
is.
It is a lot. And I think that like everybody deserves respect. And I'm going to respect you until you start disrespecting me. Because you start disrespecting me, like, y'all know me, I got time sometimes.
Right.
Sometimes I don't have time.
Right.
But when I got time,
I got that.
I got time.
Yeah.
And
I will make extra time too.
We know. We know.
And it's so funny that you mentioned that, because like once you like, and I see it all the time in certain groups on social media where it's maybe one of those non-binary or queer or gender fluid kind of conversations come up, and then someone has an opinion that differs, and all of a sudden you get eviscerated,
right,
for having that opinion. And I'm like, wait, hold on. The same tolerance that you're screaming for, you're not giving.
Right. Like you wanted us to accept you, and like and then just to be accepted. And I understand some people just wanted to be accepted, right?
Yeah.
But there's some people in that community, it's like, and they want the acceptance, but they want you to believe what they believe, and you're just not going to believe that. Some people just not going to believe that, and it is what it is. Right. And we can still disagree and be respectful.
Yeah,
I mean, it's just
respect
that some
is the
people
key word,
just,
Tamal. Yeah,
right, and they'll just jump down your throat because you don't believe what they believe.
Well, I just can't imagine living a life where I'm hiding a part of my existence or my very essence. That I can't imagine that. That's very hard. And for some people, it's like psychologically damaging that you have to walk this earth denying a part of yourself because you do not have the acceptance of those around you.
And that part sucks.
I feel for those people.
Yeah,
so
like
much.
That part
and
sucks.
The thing, and we're a very liberal society right now. Like, look at our movies, look at our TV shows, look at what we see online. That's fine. You can get the acceptance of the world. But for these people that I'm talking about, they want the acceptance of their parents, the acceptance of their friends, the acceptance of their partners. That's the acceptance that they're looking for. You can have 25 billion people rally behind you, but it's those 2 or 3 or 5 individuals that really mean the world to you that can drive you into a deep, dark space.
Yeah.
That's
what I feel badly about.
Yeah, I was reading Brandy's comment, and I was saying, but it's like, and what she was saying, like, you have to address them how they want to be addressed. But then it's like my whole thing is, and I can imagine how difficult it is for them. Like if they have to treat somebody who they identify as a woman, but they have man parts. So I think I saw a show. I think it was The Good Doctor or whatever. The kid identified as a girl, but he had testicular cancer. So it's like, we're going to have to, like, how do you
like
do it?
I can address you as Miss so and so. I can address you by the name that you would
But
like.
you're going to have
I
to
can
get
address you by your pronoun, but I'm going to medically treat you
like you're a man.
based off of your
just gonna have to deal with it.
physiological makeup.
Right. That's you just gonna, like, my whole thing is that you just gonna have to deal with that. Like, you just gonna have to deal with me treating you, medically like a man. I mean, I don't like it's like the doctor's job is to treat you and save your life.
Right.
And that's I was just saying. It's like I don't like the people in the healthcare. I don't know how they deal with that.
Yeah.
And I know it's confusing and stuff like that. It's just
you just got to put your sensitivity hat on, honestly.
Yeah.
Right.
Because think about it, and because me coming from healthcare as well, you never know how people present, so you have to be conscious of how you address people. Like even if they may say if it's a biological woman and they present masculine, that doesn't necessarily mean that they identify themselves as manly or a man. They just may present that way, but they may actually, and I get it, it's confusing. So you at the same time, just to kind of keep yourself from getting in any kind of trouble.
Right.
You just, you refrain from certain things and you kind of just, glide past it, because like you said, tomorrow, like you can be, you can present as female one day, you can present as male one day. You can like the males one day, you can like females the next day or in the next hour. Like, who knows? And
right.
It's a very complex, thing. And then for the people who are in, in the community to pretty much look at us as ignorant, well, in a way we are, but not ignorant in the sense of like, I can't stand you because you're this. It's more of ignorant because I'm not understanding where you are, how you want, it's because you can just change at any time. So it's like, how do you deal?
But it's also about like patience, grace, and respect, like we've been talking about.
Sure.
So there may be times where there is someone that goes by a different pronoun and I may slip up, but I can apologize and say, you know what, can you give me grace because I'm just getting used to this. I'm not being disrespectful. And then on the other end, that person will extend me grace. A good analogy is when you have a very hard pronouncing name. There was a story there. I believe she's African. Her name was really, really, really long. And she was like, this is Dr. I'll call you by your last name because your first name's hard. She's like, no, try. And she was like, Zara. She's like, no, you're not trying. Look at the name, try to pronounce it little by little, take your time. And the white woman was so dismissive. And that's why the African doctor got annoyed. Not because she couldn't pronounce it, but because she didn't try. And she kind of glossed over it to say, it's not that important. I'll just call you by your last name. Right. No, call me by my first name. At least try to pronounce it. And so she was like, I will not start this interview until you pronounce my name right. Like, this is my name. I earned this name. You will try to pronounce it. And she's like, are you serious? Yes, that's my name. So it comes with a sense of trying on both ends, grace on both ends. We're not going to get it right because you're trying to introduce these new terminologies into old ideologies. So you have to give us space and grace to accept it and process it. It's not going to be an overnight, hey, I got all these pronouns and LGBTQ. I have all these things down. I don't. You got to give me space and grace to get to know it and process it. And I'll try.
Have you guys ever like looked up all of the genders? Have you ever just tried like look them up and then like?
Oh yeah, it's quite a lot.
Have you noticed that like 2 and 3 of them mean like the exact same thing? And that's what I was trying to explain.
From our perspective, yes.
Yeah, but I was trying to ask my daughter. She was like, "Dad, you just look it up," and I looked it up, and I was like, "Yeah, bro, this is like mean the same thing." She was like, "No, it doesn't," and I'm like, "All right, okay, well, explain it to me." And then she was like, "Well, I'm not this, so I can't explain it to you." So I'm like, "So how do you know?
How do you know?
Right? How do you know there's a bunch of?" And she was like, "Well, Dad, this," because I was like, "All right, you know what?" And it's like, I don't try to be, like I'm not trying to be like dismissive of it, but I'm like, yo, bro, this is a lot. Like you trying to get me to learn all of these genders.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and I understand being respectful and I understand being, I was like, but that's like, man, that's a lot. And she was saying like, well, and I just like I said before, she was like, well, Dad, this is the world. Then I was like, Gary, I'm probably gonna be dead in another 25 years. Let you deal with that. But yeah, it's just all about respect, though.
Yeah.
Without question. Without question.
Yeah.
I love this comment here. Sorry, I do not know how to pronounce your name. I know Brittany, you know her.
Is it Simone?
Yeah. Okay. All right. I didn't want to.
I'm guessing.
Oh, okay. I didn't want to mispronounce. So she says, with all things, effort means a lot. So the fact that people make the effort to try and address people how they are asking to be addressed. If it's hard to do the pronouns, just use their name until you can get used to it. I had friends in transition, and it's been a journey to support them and grow my knowledge and respect.
I love that.
And respect them because I love them dearly. And I love it. Like I definitely love that because I used to work with someone whose wife was non-binary, and and honestly, just being in that circle, I got to learn the they, like it wasn't just yes, she is a physical woman, like that's where her biologically makeup is, but learning the they and just learning how to just call them by their name was my introduction, honestly, to being more sensitive to what's going on in the world and how people identify themselves. I don't have no issue with that at all. The only issue I have is the backlash that people get because if I say I don't agree with that lifestyle, or I don't agree with the you just wanted to choose how you want to choose and be who you want to be today, tomorrow, yesterday, whatever. That doesn't make me a horrible person.
Right.
That makes me a person with an opinion.
Mm-hmm.
And the same way you want me to respect you, you have to respect mine.
Right. You just don't agree with it, and we could just leave it at that.
That's it.
And that's my whole thing. It's like everybody wants to demonize or shame people for feeling the way they feel. Like that's no.
Ooh, that's a good analogy. Let's make it plain though. Some people don't have an issue with being called Black and others do. Some prefer African American and some don't. It's a similar topic. I can agree with that. But I feel, African American versus Black. What do I like more? No, call me Black. Like I don't care.
Yeah.
Like call me Black. Like that African American is just so. I don't know. It's I don't know. It never really set right with me. Like it never really set right with me. Like even the term people of color has a whole lot of connotation of white supremacy. Like, and I don't fucking like it. Like I'm gonna be honest with you. Like if I ever hear somebody in my space talking about people of color, what you not going to do with that?
Oh wow.
What you not going to do with that? What you mean people of color? Like no, I'm a person. I'm a people. You can call me black. I'm not going to get offended. Unless
Yeah, don't
no.
go there.
Oh no.
Okay, all right.
Like go ahead. It's our show. Why not? I don't think we can top last week.
Right. And then exactly, Deborah, like it's okay to be black. Like it's okay to just be black. Because that's what the hell I am. Like we are our own culture, we have our own language, we have our own food, we're yes, we originally come from Africa, but we don't have the roots. Our roots are here.
Right.
Our family is here in America. So yes, I'm black. Period. I ain't dealing with it.
That's another topic when people call, like some people from from their community, they'll call us like cisgender or they're like cis man. Like some people do not like that.
No.
Yeah, and it's like, but I don't like it myself for the simple fact it's like you're trying to
redefine
what it is to be a man or a woman. And I don't like that. I just disagree with that. Like I don't like just like what they call people birthing persons and it's like
all these extra ass terms.
It's like they just come out with all these terms. It's like they just trying to change everything. And like
I watched the video and it was a woman identifying as solo poly. And when she described it, I'm like, you're just single as hell. That's what it sounds like.
Yeah,
I don't know what generations idea of always having to redefine or define something. Like everything doesn't need what the hell? Like y'all are redefining what's already here.
Yeah, I saw that, Kristen. I saw that comment, Kristen. I'm not even gonna put it up on thing, but I saw that comment.
Which one? Let me see. No, put it up.
No.
He was like, no.
I like it. Let me see.
Yeah, I don't like it. I don't like it. Yeah, just like the solo poly people.
Solo poly is like
it's like you see yourself as your main partner.
You are just say you want to be promiscuous and just be done with it.
No, I mean if it's single, you can do whatever you want. Is single. You can be with whoever you want. However many people. I'm just like, girl, single.
No, you're single.
You're really single. Like
right, and it's like what they'll do is just have a whole bunch of different partners, and it's like, and some of them don't. Some of them just have like one or two. But I saw this one video where this lady was talking about she had like all these different partners, like so she had friends with benefits, and then
that was the video I saw.
I was like, oh, no.
And I mean, Carrie, you defined it. A person who wants poly relationships but is currently single.
Right.
Single.
Yeah. Single.
Mm-hmm.
Like you doing.
You can be in poly relationships. Single.
Yeah. It's like the people who post like food pictures that they made and they like describe every single ingredient of everything that they put in there.
Yes. I made
that shit bothers me to my very soul.
a crusted tomato sauce paste with cheese adorned with garnishment. You made a pizza.
Thank you. Shut up. You know nothing of this culinary life.
I made toasted brioche with peanut sauce and a raspberry reduction.
A raspberry reduction? This made a PB&J. Shut up. I made a deconstructed like shit. You don't know what you're talking about. You heard a buzzword.
Oh my god!
In your life. No, shut up.
I screamed when I said, "Wait a minute." Girl, that is some basic
Oh,
broccoli.
I'm sorry.
oh shit.
Nigga, what?
It's like, nigga,
Nothing
that's a pizza.
surprises me anymore. I just saw a video of twin brothers marrying each other.
Mm.
You know what? I said we weren't going to judge here in Dayton University. Do you? I'm gonna keep. Yeah, I'm gonna do you. Do you?
No.
Do you?
I mean, Carrie, by all means, yes. It specifies her being a part of the poly community as opposed to a person that is monogamous. You're single, baby.
Single.
I mean, granted, yes, I love the fact that you have the education and the research behind it, but I can tell you, I'm exhausted. I'm in information overload. If it's not sexuality, it's composition. It's just so much to digest, and it's like I really do respect y'all. I really do, but this is gonna elongate our conversation by 30 minutes because you're gonna have to explain to me what's happening here. And if you don't mind, we can sit and talk for that extra 30 minutes, but I'm just not going to sit in front of a computer and research items all day. I don't have time.
Because it's going to take you down a rabbit hole, and then you're going to find more stuff, and then you're going to have more questions, and then you're going to be even more confused. So, no. Yep. You tell me how you want to live, and I'll be like, all right, cool. Hey, what's your name?
Yeah, you got it.
All right, you got that.
Like, you got it, boss.
You got it. You got it. You got it. What you eat don't make me shit.
Right.
And I just want to live on that. All right, we're gonna end this night with a lighthearted question.
Yes, Simone.
Okay.
Let me go here. All right, 1 through 26.
Give me 2.
Are you more of an indoors or outdoors person?
I am more of an indoors person now. I used to be outside, but if it ain't with my brothers, if it's not with family, I ain't outside. I am more because it's like just so much stuff that goes on outside, and I'm just like I'd rather just stay inside. Like it's like I know me, and like I know how I've been working on my temper and working on other things, and then I know when that battery is the draining and that my patience is draining. Like, yeah, I'm gonna have to go because somebody about to get thrown over something or into something. So let me just go head home where it's safe. Because I'm trying to tell you, like like this was me 15 years ago.
If it was 15 years ago, what tomorrow?
All I know is 15 years ago, I wouldn't hesitate to knock nobody out. I'll beat your ass. Like I just.
Well, you said knock somebody out or knock somebody up?
Knock somebody out.
Oh, I was like,
you going to sleep. Like good night.
Oh, okay.
Like I done had. Like I'm trying to tell you, I done had a motherfucker somewhere between sleep and dead. I'm trying to tell you. Like I'm not like 15 years ago I was outside and I'm like, oh, you saying you open it? Okay, all right, like what's that over there? You look over there, I'm knock shit out.
The people we here at Dayton University, Professor Charles and myself, we do not condone violence.
No, we don't condone violence.
Keep us active. We want to pay.
I understand it.
15 years ago. 15.
I understand it. I don't condone it. I
understand it. Like, now, don't get me wrong. I'm a little. I changed a lot, or I'm continuing to change. I still fuck you up though, but still, it's like just don't, like don't put me in that. Just don't put me in certain situations. Don't put me in certain situations.
Got it.
That's all I'm saying. Don't do that.
Got it.
That's it. I'm proud of you, brother. Like I'm not even gonna hold you. Like I am extremely proud
Yes.
of you. How you manage to temper yourself. That doesn't make you passive, and it doesn't make you any less dangerous. It just makes you are capable, and I love it.
Yeah.
I don't know, and that's how I think like what's his name, James Patterson, like
Jordan Peterson. That's my guy
Peterson.
right there.
Jordan Peterson, yes.
Yeah,
like I love his philosophy.
Yeah.
You don't have to be be a dangerous human being.
Yes. Yes.
You have to. You can have the capacity.
Yeah.
Because showing it all the time. That's a. I don't know. It just looks.
That's a weakness.
There it is.
It's real fucking weak. When you
it's
show,
real.
It's real fucking weak. Now it's strength, and there's strength when you are like the most dangerous motherfucker. I'm talking about you, like no weapons and different things, and all of this stuff, and it's power, so to speak, and then it's strength in knowing all of that stuff and controlling it. It's strength in that. Ain't no strength in, because people get drunk with power all the time. Like as soon as, and just like I say, power and money, it doesn't change people. It just shows you who they really are.
Yeah. And I'm very thankful that even though Professor Charles and I own Dating University, it has not gone to our heads. This is still an equal opportunity university where we're all professors and we all hold the power.
Absolutely.
So you can host whenever we're unavailable. You have the capability to do so.
Please, anybody.
Okay.
Anybody.
Yeah.
I don't care. I would love to hear somebody else's views.
Yes.
and just host the show. Because this show is for y'all. This show is for y'all. Listen, it's almost 9:00. We gotta get up out of here. We love y'all so much. Thank y'all once again. This episode is brought to you by Dating University. You see the logo over there somewhere. Please go to any of our socials and you will find a link to our merch store. Please, if you are so inclined, please purchase something. We have mugs, hats, t-shirts, hoodies.
Charles, can you design a ladies' room Dating University t-shirt?
I got you. Yeah, I got you. Yeah, I'm gonna make it a nice little limited run.
Ladies, if you want to be on the ladies' room,
you gotta buy a shirt. You gotta buy a shirt. Like that's just it. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. that comes with it. The
man cave too, right?
The man cave too. You want to be on the man cave? You gotta buy a shirt. You gotta buy a shirt.
Professor Charles went out the gate with that one.
I'm sorry. I keep telling y'all, I'm different now. I got a mortgage. Y'all want to buy something?
That may have cut my numbers down to 3. So that's what's up.
Listen, that 3 gonna help.
Every little bit helps.
Professor
JD
Charles
said that's small, nigga. Plenty of us.
He said, "Buy shirt." Yes.
Buy shirt. We ain't doing no freebie stuff no more, yo. We can't. We're even though the show hasn't gone to our head, we're a little bit popular. Like I'm not even gonna hold you. So the price is the price.
Today's price at 7:00 is not the same as today's price at 8:51. The price goes up every second. So we're looking forward to future shows. The ladies' room is coming up. So next week we are continuing our student engagement series. So we have a new set of questions that we will be asking our daters. So we'll put the post up, comment the eyes emoji underneath, and we will make sure that Professor Charles sends you a StreamYard link for next week's episode. So if you want to come on next week's episode, make sure you comment and we will give you a StreamYard link. We cannot get to everyone, but we'll get to as many people as possible. So we'll be doing the next series for the next 2 weeks. So after those next 2 weeks, that will conclude our student engagement series. And then we will talk about DU After Dark. We'll talk about it. Okay. We'll see where we are. And then we'll definitely iron out and flesh out the ladies' room and the man cave. We do need to have planning sessions. So if you do want to be a part of that, there will be a brief Zoom call where we can go over logistics, in terms of like who speaks when, our topics that we want to discuss. And it's going to be bigger and better than our last series. And I mean, the ladies' room last time was just mwah.
What happened?
Chef's kiss. It was amazing. Your homework, ladies that are coming on this iteration, is to go back through our videos, scroll a little bit because we do a lot of shows, and look at the ladies' room episode there. It was a time. Look at things that we discussed. Looked at how the order of women speaking flowed, and just get a feel for what is going to be happening. Fellas,
it was like 2 centuries ago. So I get it. Listen, you already know. I'm gonna go with Man Cave all day, yo. I got it.
I'm coming. I'm gonna draw a little fake goatee and put on a hat and be like, "What's up, yo?"
No, because remember you said I couldn't even come over that day when y'all had the ladies' room.
Look, put on a wig and a dress, and I'll make a little exception.
Yeah, I'm sorry, ain't nothing.
Okay. Got him. He's like, no Medea's here.
Not at all. All right, y'all. We up out of here, man. We love y'all so much. Tune in next week. We'll see y'all when we see y'all.
Bye.